For the last 6 weeks, I have been covering the Hockey Canada trial in London. I've been getting tons of reader questions through email and social media. I know Sandra Martin, our standards editor, has been getting a ton of questions as well. This is a woman who has alleged that she was sexually assaulted by 5 former members of Canada's 2018 World Junior Hockey Team in a hotel room after a Hockey Canada gala. There's a lot of really sensitive issues here that we are going to get into.
So a number of people have been talking about the consent videos that were submitted. So these were videos taken on a player's phone. Talk about the legality of that. Why has it drawn so much attention?
We've heard a lot about these consent videos. So these are 2 really brief videos that were shot in the room on the night in question by one of the accused players, Michael McLeod. They're, 10, 15 seconds each. In it, he kind of says things like, "Are you okay with this? You're okay with this?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm fine with this." She seems to wipe her eyes at one point. Which she says is, her wiping away tears. The defense has said maybe she's sleepy and rubbing them, but they're very central to this case, and I think they got a lot of attention. We know that they were very persuasive in the first police investigation that ended in no charges. In the case, the law around them, it's so significant because consent in Canada has to be voluntary for each act and continuous. And we know that one of the videos is shot after all of the sexual activity, so you can't retroactively give consent. I think many people questioned, and the Crown actually put this to one of the accused players when he testified, if you thought she was consenting, why did you feel the need to shoot a video of it? And the player kind of said, lots of professional athletes shoot these videos. I guess it's worth noting that EM told the court that she doesn't remember these videos being shot, but that whatever she was saying would have just been her saying what she thought the players wanted to hear. So they're, very contentious. They've loomed large over this. I don't know where they help us on the law, but they're very important pieces of evidence.
There's also a photo that was taken at the bar prior to the incidents at the hotel, which the Globe and Mail published. Some readers had questions about whether it was tasteful or even the right choice to publish that photo. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I got a lot of emails about this as well. It's a still shot from a video surveillance, and it shows a couple of the players dancing with EM, and at one point she kind of goes down low and her hand is on Michael McLeod. The purpose of the defense bringing this up was that EM, when she was giving her account of the night, was that, the players were forcing her to grab their crotch, that they were following her around, and that the defense kind of showed this as evidence that, well, she was actually like an active participant in this kind of dancing and having fun on the dance floor. When you're covering a trial, you just want to focus on the facts, and that was what was mostly debated that day, is her kind of the defense pointing out inconsistencies or attacking that credibility that she had, or attacking some of the evidence that she's previously given that she wasn't an active participant. I've done a lot of reporting on sexual assault and sexual violence and the way that trauma can impact behavior. I make sure to put all of my knowledge in that as context in addition to, covering the testimony that she gave when she was on the stand. And then when it's time for the cross-examination, you have to make sure you're providing everybody with a full picture so that they understand when a verdict comes out. But I think the debate around this picture is just indicative of where we're at. Like, everyone understands how upsetting this must be for the complainant to have something like that out there. In this case, she's not visible in the photo besides just her hand protecting her identity, but it was the subject of the entire day's discussion in court.
I think it's also worth noting that Globe and Mail journalists don't make a decision like that lightly. There is the knowledge, the experience of having covered similar cases in the past, thinking about what is going to be of value to the reader, what is going to be of value to the justice system, because journalists are part of the justice system.
Yeah, and I think, to that point, the Globe has not published any version of the consent videos, because that's a different point in the night also, right? This is around the alleged sexual assaults. This is kind of dancing on a dance floor, which EM acknowledged that she did, do, and that was participating in and enjoying the company of one of the players. So it's a different calculation, but it's always very sensitive. And as you said, it's always the subject of a lot of debate and care and consideration in the newsroom.